to next session. Uh, Thanks for joining. I'm introducing here Manoj Mittal. He's going to cover get started with Microsoft Search and Graph connected together, how to implement and build it. Okay. He's going to cover a lot of feature about Graph and Search integration, Microsoft Search. Okay. He's a international speaker, a lot of events. He is sharing his knowledge. He's going to start now. Manoj, take from here.
Yep, thanks, Chunky. Let me share the screen.
Sure.
So just let me know once my screen and my voice is visible.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, just
yep. Okay. Yep. So, hey, very warm welcome to all joining this Saturday afternoon. So, I am Manoj Mittal, and I'm going to talk about today next 45 minutes to what is Microsoft Search. So, it's introduced over almost a year back in the last Ignite, but still in preview mode. Lot of the features, especially when we talk about the graph connectors. So as my colleague, the RK has given the nice demo on the graph connector, is just extensibility to that one, how we can crawl the content which is outside my M365 ecosystem, and we can leverage it within the Microsoft Search. So before going further, I will just give some theory here, right? So just bear with me for the couple of minutes on that one. So basically Microsoft Search, I will say it shows the content that your organization has stored in your M365 ecosystem. If M365, then Office 365 also come under that, and what the services is connected with that one, like the SharePoint we have, the Word, Outlook, PowerPoint. So all those content, it just crawl and give the result into the Microsoft Search. And basically Microsoft Graph Connector, if you can say, so it's index the third-party data, which can appear into the same M365 ecosystem via the Microsoft Search result. So basically Graph Connector, if you'll say, it's a third-party data can be hosted, whether it's in a public cloud or in private cloud, or especially on the on-premises also. So no need to worry about those data and need to create a separate search index, like which need to index the data, crawl the data, and need to appear at the separate search interface. So we can connect those data within Microsoft Search using the Graph Connector. So Microsoft has given their own connectors, and partner also build a lot of 100+ connectors which we can leverage with respect to Microsoft Search. Actually, the connector expand the type of content source. So the terminology, if you will see in the Microsoft Search, right, it's the same if you are familiar with the SharePoint Search, where we are going to create a content source, going to create a verticals, going to create a result source. All those things is almost the same here. And licensing also, if we'll talk about here, basically what we need, if user is having a M365 E3 or E5 license, that should be more than sufficient to use. No extra licenses required. Or if we are in educational industry, then we should have A3 or A3 or A5 licensing. So those are the licensing is required. Okay, so thanks to the sponsor for this event, we have Microsoft Hubfly and JPower4. And this is a little bit about me, who I am. I'm working as a senior technical architect within the Mindtree Limited, is a Bangalore-based organization, and I'm a C# Corner MVP. And this is my blog post. So whatever I'm going to talk about in this 40-minute sessions, you will get everything documented in my blog sites. I will share the link. So just listen and just try to grab the concepts here. You will get everything documented in each and every line very well in my blog sites. I have a YouTube channel, so you will get a lot of videos with respect to the lot of new stuff is coming into the M365 stack. This is my Twitter handler. I'm keep posting, or you can follow me, my LinkedIn and my C# Corner links, where also I'm keep writing the blogs. So let's come to the experience of the Microsoft Search here. Okay, so Microsoft Search, this definition is quite important, what the Microsoft has published, and each words is having their own hidden meaning into this section. If you'll say here, right, the key to deliver the Microsoft Search capability is the ability to have a consistent scope. Okay, the word is very important, consistent scope of the result anywhere where you are searching. So consistent scopes, the Microsoft Search is not only the separate interface. So like if we are going to search into the office.com, we are going to search into the Outlook, in the PowerPoint online, Word online. So we'll get the consistent scope of the results there. Even interface look different. Interface looks different means if we are in office.com, we are in Outlook, we are in a Word online. So we can search in any of the online environment and we'll get the consistent results there. And goal is to have a same experience, but the results is going to come personalized and contextual. Okay, personalized, basically it's all Microsoft search results is having a insights with a Microsoft graph. So that's why what I am working and what my peers are working is give them more preferences to that one. Contextuals means where I am when I'm searching the results. It keep the content from that context itself. So there are a few key pillars which I just figure it out from this entire and what the users see. Okay, basically force, it's easy to search basically. So the Microsoft search suggests the result based on the user previous activity. How it's user previous activity, it use the Microsoft graph as insights there. Context, like if you see here the small pictures, if we are in Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Office 365 or in SharePoint, so we'll give a consistent and relevant experience as well as contextual information in which context we are going to search the content. Personalized, then it's definitely it's use the Microsoft graph in the backend, and what I am searching, what's my component or like what the documents I am working, it will give that on the priority and what my peers are I am interacting or they are interacting with me. So those become the personals here. So content also no need to worry where it's located in my M365 ecosystem. At a one interface we'll get the results and we can start working irrespective of okay it's in OneDrive or SharePoint or in a Outlook. If those content exist multiple places, we can search it and we can start working and we can refer in some other document the same. So this is a high level Microsoft Graph connector data flow what Microsoft has released. So it's important to understand how this flow entirely works. Okay, so this we see the cloud-based SaaS systems we have, like it can be any system which is on a SaaS-based or we have an on-premises data source. We can crawl the content from any of the system which is outside the M365 ecosystem. So it's a different connectors. On-premises having their own connectors and cloud-based SaaS systems have their own connectors. We can create a connector based on the device. So what component we have? So like we have a SQL servers, we have a ServiceNow, DevOps, we have Azure SQL on-premises. So each connectors can be connected and via the graph. So this is, we are not going to write a single line of code in this entire demo and we will build a content can be crawled from the outside the M365 environment. So it's going to use the Microsoft inbuilt connectors API and it's going to configure into the M365 admin center. Once it's configured, it's crawl the data and going into sit into the Microsoft search service and which is not allowed to touch in this section. So Microsoft is only taking care. Once my data will come up here and how we can take a look at this data, there are three different interface as of now it's there. So this is in public preview. We can use the SharePoint Online Admin Center. We can use the Office.com. We can use the Bing. So in these three areas, we can go and just get a feel of those content, which is my Office 360, which is coming from outside the Office 365 environment. So in this demo, I'm going to take the DevOps as a one example. So my organization has a DevOps and where I'm creating a lot of tasks. And I want to crawl that task because that task exists outside the M365. It's not in M365, it's in Azure somewhere in the public cloud. So I want to crawl those tasks and how we can see into the results. So that end-to-end demo I will do here. So graph connectors point of view. So these are the Microsoft has given, there is a 7 inbuilt connectors which we can leverage. And apart from that, there are 100 plus partners built-in connectors available. I will show those ones to get more insights. What are those things? If you guys go here, connectors gallery. Yep. So this is a very well documentation of the Microsoft search with respect to the graph connector. So they have given the same architecture diagram what I explained here, and these are the available connectors by the Microsoft. These are the 7 connectors are available. Data lake, we can connect with the data lakes, Azure DevOps, SQLs, Wikipedia, Media Wikis, Microsoft SQL Server and ServiceNow. And apart from that, we can use a partner connector. So our Microsoft search is not limited to that one. If I go to the Microsoft with a partner connector, so you will see this is a partner connectors library. There are 100 of connectors are available which we can use and to get the content from this. It's AWS, Google, the Salesforce. So a lot of connectors are available with the partner has built. We can leverage those one and start using those sections. And on top of that, we can build on our custom connectors also. So that feasibility is also available here. Okay, so let me go back to the demo again here. Okay, so this is again a high level how the graph connectors work here. So basically search gave the interface. We can use the SharePoint, Office.com and the Bing to get the Microsoft search results. And what it's going to give, we can search for a document, conversations, any of the portal content what we have in our Office 365 and other stuffs. Okay, and we need to extend it to the other system which is not in M365. So we can use the graph connector, which we can integrate with the Microsoft provided connectors, or we can use the partner connector to get the content within a same experience level. So to do all this activity, okay, for configurations point of view, so what we need to do, we need to connect with the data sources. What is my data source? As I'm going to talk about the DevOps. So where is my data DevOps organizationals where I have stored, and what's the connections to connect that ones. And again, once it's done, we need to define the permissions. Like if my data is not that much sensitive and I have a small organizations, my entire DevOps content I can crawl and anybody can see in organizations, or I need to do any filter on some sort of the DevOps queries we can do. We can define the refresh interval, and then the result page, we can define our own interface in the search result. So it's not like that, what's the SharePoint or like what the search is giving the default interface, like how you are looking here. We have a control. Microsoft has given their own interface. We can use the adaptive cards here. So adaptive cards, basically not all the full-fledged feature of the adaptive card, but this control, what the search designers they have given, they have their own set of control available. So we have a control, we can design the layouts, which is the verticals, which we say here, and how the results will appear. Okay, so this demo, I have documented all these three. So we'll see as a time permit, we'll just go with the DevOps as of now. So ServiceNow and Azure SQL also I have very well documented, showcase how this entire interface and how the connection works. And this is the last sections we'll talk about. This is a very cool features in the Microsoft search, which were always lacking when we are talking about the SharePoint search. So AI-based acronym search. Every organization have their own acronyms like MSAI. If I have MVP, so the meaning is different with respect to organization. I can define my own acronyms and which get crawled, and we can use any in our organization based on defined. So basically it will get more promoted. Okay, and the bookmark. So this is very nice features, right? The bookmarks, it's a search is not only just showing the content here. So how if we can make shows the some screens where the people can do some operations within a search also. So that's bit more interactive here. So if I'm search here for the leave request, it's give me this promoted results. There is some link, my Power App application itself is open here. People can apply the leaves, they can see their balances. That is quite important. It's a bookmark feature. So I will showcase how you can build such. This is also documented. Floor plan and the locations, right? If we need to search someone where that person is seated there. So those type of DWG files, if we can upload in the systems, and easy to find out which cubicle that person is seated. So this is quite nice features. So we can just by the person names go to their office location and get the results where this person is seated. Last one is the Q&A sections. So it is again we'll say it's a promoted results. So any few results which we need or we want as an organization, some event is happening or something we need to promote those results. So we can define separately in a question and answer sections. So those results, if people are searching, it will come back here. I will showcase all this stuff here. So let's move to the demo quickly here. So I will just show first, okay, all these things. then move to the demo. So this is my office.com. I logged in with my organizational stuff. If I search with a name like Manoj, let me refresh it, this one. Okay, so like this, all the tabs comes, it's a out of box till here. We can search for the Power BI, news, people, sites, and file, and all this what you are looking here, it's all my custom graph connector. So I just use the DevOps task, ServiceNow task, SQL task. So once we are going to get crawl, and we can create a result source and create a verticals, which is a different tab will start appearing here. So like if I'm searching here, right, my name, so I have configured the locations within organization. So if I click it here, it will showcase where I sit in the organization. So this is the locations for me, which floor, which cubicle. People can find me very easily. So it's a very nice feature here, like what they have introduced in this section. So similarly, if I logged into the Bing, so this is a Bing, I logged in with my organizational account, and the conditions like Bing search has enabled into the office.com, and I will search the same thing here. Just okay, so you will get the result from internal as well as external. So external results also start coming, like the photo is start appearing, some of the photos, some of the videos of mine is also start coming. So all those content here. So here also, if you will see the same seamless experience, we will get it here. And if you need to search our organizational content, this is tab is for the organizations. Once we click on the work, so it will show all the data which is related to the work, and all the custom connectors which I use, it will start appearing here, and what the recent files I'm working, what the sites I'm working, all start appearing here. Right. So the DevOps sections, okay, so let me go here and search any of the, so I have crawled a few of the tasks in my DevOps environment. So this is my, like, this is the DevOps task is coming here. So if you just click it here, so it will open the DevOps section. You'll see the devops.azure.com. So this is the task what I have, and I'm just getting the crawl this content within the Microsoft search. So this card, what you are saying, this is in our control. We can design this card in our own way, what the control Microsoft has provided, what properties we need to set. We can do a little bit color codings also, like how I have shown here. I search for the word doing. If I just search for the word, it will like search for to do, like this is a different colors is there, to do is there, and doing is different. So those color codings also we can define. We can give the link to this particular section, what the status. So anybody need to know what's the status of the particular task, what's the priority, when it's due date, start date, we can design as per our requirement. And similarly, if I go to the ServiceNow also, you will see this data is coming from the ServiceNow having their own knowledge base article. So those content also we can crawl within our M365, and then design the cards to show the data. So this data also coming outside the M365 ecosystem. If you see the SQL one, okay, so SQL, I have something related to the one table I have in the backend, and that table is having that details, what's my flight name, what is my flight status, source, destinations, and all those information. So I'm just crawling that particular table and just designing the cards, and what are the property I have defined for searchable, those property we can define, we can use here. So that is in our hand, which property we want to be searchable or non-searchable. So while doing the configurations, we can do all these things, right? So as the interactive things, what I just showcase you, if I show the leave request here, right? Or let me go back to this one. Yeah. So if you see the leave request, so this is my Power App application. Let me refresh. Yeah, so this is like the bookmark, what we have defined in the Microsoft search, and moreover, it's on promoted results. So I have defined a few keywords: company holiday, leave request, leave, and all those synonymous keyword in the system. When user is going to type, so we'll understand, okay, user is interested into the leave request or company holiday, something policies like that. So it's coming up here like that. Okay, so this is, we can define what we want as a Power App application. So I just click it here, open Power App. So it's open in a model dialog window as our Power App applications. Once I click as an employee, I can see all my details. Okay, I can fill the request here. So what are the vacations I want to go? I want to go on the vacations this particular day. I'll say the next. Okay, this is my manager. Request is going to this user. I'll say bootcamp demo for this day. Submit it. So it will give me all the details. It's just submitted. So in the back end, I'm storing locally this one information. So we can use the applications where it can store as per the connector available in the Power App to the SharePoint, SQLs, or any other systems. If we have any other legacy system, we can use the custom connectors using the API management. We can store it there also. Other things, cool features like the menus start appearing here. So people can get the information from itself. Okay, these are the company holidays will be available and people can use it here. So search is like not only the search, we can make it more interactive using such type of applications here. All right. So let us quickly jump to the demo. So before demo, I will just go back to this particular article. So that is there. I'll post it this link in our chat window. People can go through and that's very well documented. What are the steps I'm going to perform? So you will get all the steps here step by step. Even I also follow the some steps from here itself. So I'll go to the admin center, go to the office.com. Let me refresh this one. So show all settings. Here is a Microsoft search. So these are the sections, is the insights of my activity. This is the answer sections, which I will talk a little later on those ones. Connectors is there. So here you will see I have already defined few of the connectors is available, which I showcase you data from the SQL, from the DevOps, from the ServiceNow. I'll create one more connector here. I just click on add. So these are the 7 connectors what Microsoft has given, which we can use it here. I'll just select the DevOps processing. I'll keep this task 02 as any name we can give, but when we are creating for the production, we need to give the appropriate name. It's just for the demo purpose. So I give the task 02. It start processing. Now it will ask the Azure DevOps organization's name. If we see here on the click, so what's my as organizational name in the DevOps? So what the names is appearing here, we need to use for the DevOps dev.azure.com. I need to log in with your organizational account. We will get the organizational name here. So I have logged in to that one. So this is my organizational name, which I am using. I will take it this section. Put it here. Authentications, I will use my work or school authentications here. So now we need to provide the app ID and passwords. Okay, for app ID and passwords, so like you will get entire things is documented here. When we are going to configure, what we need to do, we need to log into the dev.azure.com and sign in with your organizational account. You will get that name. And now we need to create the app ID and the secret. Just use this URL, which is given by Microsoft in the different tab. I'll just click it here. So it will open this interface. Okay, we can give the name anything here. 01 website. So a fictitious name I'm just giving here for all the information as of now. Term of services and privacy. So application name, Microsoft search, DevOps. So description is fine as of now. I will keep it as is. So now important is this sections, websites URL and the callback URLs. So this is given by Microsoft itself. For the applications, we need to use this URL. This is gcs.office.com. We can provide, this is my website URL, and callback URL also, it's given by Microsoft. We need to use this section. And after that, we need to provide the authorized scope. If you see here, authorized scopes I have mentioned, we need, these are the 5 read-only permissions basically we need required. Identity read, work item read, variable group read, project team read, and the graph read. Okay, so go ahead with this and select identity. work item, and we have next one is like the variable group, project and team. This there, graph lead. Okay, it's not in alphabetical order, so just careful about that one once we are doing. So that's it. So once I say create application, it will generate the app ID and the client secret, which is required for now to create a connections. I will take this one app ID. I'll go back here, app ID. Now need a client secret. Client secrets. I will go show the client secret. This is the entire token. It's come up. I'll just type it here. Sign in. Sorry. So it will try to hit and just shows, okay, so this connections is going to use this 5 permissions. Is a read-only permission. I accept those all the permissions to my directory. Yep. So connection has successfully done. We'll just click on the next. So now this is very important sections. So what entire organizations, what I have, or we need to use a selected project. If we have in our organizations, we can use. So as of now, we'll use the entire organization. And other thing is edit property. So this is important. Once you are designing the cards, what property you need to showcase on the card. If you miss any property here, then you can't edit this back. Other property still is available, but edit property sections is not available to in we can't edit again. It goes into disable mode. So be careful what properties we are using and what properties we need to edit here. So I will just go back here, edit property. It will take all the properties what Azure DevOps is having. So we can select it here, which I'm going to use some of the property, which is like accepted date. I will take it, activated by, and some is activated date. I'll select someone. The task is getting close. Is a close date. Yep. So this is basically close date. I'll take as a comment, and few more I will take as a finish date once the task is getting finished. Finish date. Yep. And some more properties I will take it. What's the issues to that one? Severity. We'll take some more property. PQRS. Severity. Yep. Severity, and then start date and the target date. Start date, and the last one is target date. Yep. So this property which I have selected. So these are the properties like I can use it to design my cards, which will available in the verticals. So next at the preview, it will go back and hit my Azure DevOps and get the data. So you can see this data start appearing here. Some sample data appear. What activity is in the DevOps? All are start appearing here. This data will just start getting crawl in the system. Click on the next. Yeah, so here we can define the manage schema. So what are the properties? It's almost similar how we are going to use, how we are using into the SharePoint. Which property is a queryable, which should be searchable, which is retrievable. Okay, we can define all those properties. So as of now, I'll use which properties I'm going to use. Here I will use something close date. This is custom properties edit, close date, finish date. I will use severity. I will use start date. I'll use and the target date. I think so. That depends on your requirement, which property you want to searchable, retrievable, and queryable. Accordingly, you guys can define. Once I select the no, next. So it's come to whom search permissions we are giving to everyone in the organization. So we need to be very cautious here. So sensitive data should not come out here. So this is for the which we are building because it's a tenant level activity we are doing. It's not the SharePoint site level. So as of now, it's not available on SharePoint site. It's a tenant level. So in my tenant level, any task we are going to create, we are okay. The people can get it, the results after crawling, then should be okay. So we are going to click on next. So here is the crawling durations, incremental and the full interval crawling. We'll just click on the next. So here my connections, we just need to review and we are good to go. And our content source has created here. Okay, now we have done. So it will take almost 3 to 4 minutes. Basically documentation, it says it's take 24 to 48 hours, depend on the size of the content to get come up here. But as my data is very less, it's like almost 20 records. So it will come soon. So the task 2, you can see it start appearing here. The task 2, it's in publishing mode. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes, and once it's been the ready state, now here the two sources will come, which is create a result source and create a verticals. So then I will create a result source, and then once the result source will be ready, we can create a vertical. So in the meantime, we'll move it to the some other demos. Yeah, so I'll go back to this section. So what the acronym is there, okay? So these are the few keywords and some of the keywords which we need to design and we need to showcase in our organization as a promoted results. As you can see, I just added here, it's like we can add an acronyms which is required, like how we edit acronym name, extensions, and all those information. So those contents we can edit from here once it's get published. So if we are going to search for this particular word, ANN, if I go define ANN, so you can see, so this is a promoted results. It's not coming from anywhere else. It gives the preferences. So what my promoted results I have defined, what the titles and what the descriptions, it will start appearing at this section. So this is like acronyms, the bookmarks. So bookmark as a leave request, which I have defined. So here, if I click, so similarly, I have here the leave request, which I showcase you as a Power App applications. So let me open this section and edit. Okay, so this is nothing. Let me open the blank one first. You'll get a good feels there. So once I click on add, so this comes like that. Okay, once we add the title, URL, descriptions, or the few keywords. So keywords like I added the leave request, company, holiday, all those things. Once we define all these sections, if we go to the bottom sections, here we have a Power App. So once the applications in a separate powerapps.microsoft.com, what applications we have created and we have shared with organizations, we can use the app ID here. So as organization all have a license one who is part of our D365, everybody will get free Power App license, or if Office 365 user is having assigned license, they can start using such applications here. Once we provide the ID, so this small our app URLs will also start appearing here. You'll see how I have added this section, leave request. So you see here, this is my the URL where my data I've just given. All the users can find their own detail. Few descriptions is there, few keywords, just a categories, nothing else. Again, move to the last one. It's my Power App ID. So this Power App ID I have shared with my organizational users. So once I click on save, it will start appearing like that. And this, if I go back to this section and just leave, which I have leave request, company, holiday. So this my promoted result will start appear here. And this is the default interface, how we can add as much of information to cover this space here as a description. And my preview of the applications will come up how the designs we have given. So we can just start working on these sections. Okay, so moving to the next one has a floor plan and the locations. So we can define in our organizations what building we have, what's the floor plans, how many peoples, and the common name. Basically here we are defining the floor name, and here we are defining the locations, which persons is going to sit at which positions. So those we can define. So it take almost 2 to 3 days. It's like 72 hours they have mentioned once we define all these sections, and then again it will also start appearing what's the floor plan I just mentioned here, right? This is the main sections I was just talking about. This is a DWG file which we need to upload and start appearing in this section. And another is a Q&A section. Q&A section, like we can add the question and answers and the few keywords which people is going to use. Like here I have raised a Microsoft support ticket. So if I go back here and just type Microsoft search, or I will Microsoft search ticket. It's not one-to-one search. It should work. I think some spelling mistakes or what something. So it will comes accordingly. It just understand the natural way also what the words we are going to type. Let me check it out. Yeah. So it's coming up like that. So this is again a promotions of my particular results, which we have defined, which people is quite frequently using in the organizations. We can define it here in Q&A section, those content. And on top of that, those what the connectors we are going to use, this connector has a limit of the 2 millions record. So as of now, it's in public preview, and we can't, it's not like that we can add the terabyte or GB of data. So the 2 millions of record we can store and we can crawl via the connectors, like how this count is start appearing here. So max to max 2 million is the limit as of now. So this is my custom one. As you can see, the task 02, it's in ready state now, and the 17 item has crawled, which is in my DevOps. Now we need to take the actions with respect to the result types and the verticals. I'll go to the create results. I'll just use the name same, task 02. Content source, I need to connect it. It will show all the content source. I will select the which one I have created just now. So the rules on top of that data, if you need any particular columns, we need to define any query and we need to extract those results out of the search. We can define here also on the crawl content. So I'll just don't define as of now, I'll use as is. So this is important sections which I was talking about, the designing the layout. So if you see here, once we click here and we will just land it to the search layout designer. So this is the websites which given by the Microsoft itself. We can use those template which is exist and given by the Microsoft, and we can use our own. As I use the blank template, I click on get started. Here we can define our entire cards. Okay, for the cards point of view, if I go back to my sites, I will take the link from here itself, which I have the entire JSON structures. Let me go back. Yep. So this sections, I have a GitHub link in this one. I just click on the GitHub link. So I have similarly for the Azure SQLs and the ServiceNow. This is for the DevOps. I'll just copy it from here. I'll go back to the tab. I'll just select Control A, delete, and Control V. So this is the something, the card which I defined. It's just a adaptive cards using the tabular structures, how the column set which we are using and what values is going to come. The images, this image is coming, this image is not coming from the DevOps. I'm just static image I have given here, and then titles is there. Title is having a URLs is there. So similarly, other properties like the state I have added in this section. The due date is there, priority is there. So all those columns we have added, and at the end, we just landed with this type of card. We can design our own card. So these are the elements and the containers are available which we can use and which I have used in this card itself. So I'll say Control C this section. I will move it back to this one, and we need to paste it here. So sometimes what happen here, we get the property this card is not valid. So most of the time reasons is that in edit properties, we didn't add some property, but we have added in this section. So it's very important when we are using the edit properties while creating the content source itself, we need to use property which we are going to use here. If we missed here, we can't edit now. We need to recreate the entire scene. Okay, so it's success here. I'll say the next. So add the result type. So like that, we can add multiple result type if required. I'll just use the one and click on refresh. Yeah, it's gone here. So now it's a time to create a vertical so that it should appear in my search results. So I'll keep the name here also, task 02. Click the next. So we need to select our content source. Here we need to take a data from here. Next, so we can define our own further any of the query. We need to do more filtering of the content. Otherwise, it's okay. Leave it if you don't want. So these are the properties like which is going to crawl here. So add vertical. In verticals, nothing is there. It's just we're going to add vertical and enable the vertical. So we have done with all the configurations. So now we have crawled the content and we'll just get the data back. So here you can see here the 17 content has already crawled the 4 minutes ago. So it will take might be some time. I will go back and search it again. Let me close it. This section. This is my search. Let me refresh, as well as my Bing result. Yeah, it will take some time to start appearing here. Yep, so it will take some time. So similarly, my content new tabs will appear here. As before the demo, I created the task one. It start appearing similar to the DevOps. So this is the whole steps, like how the results will start appearing here. So in the work section, yeah, it will take some time. It will start appearing. So not to worry. So this was the all configurations with respect to that one. So in the last one, I will just give the link of this block sites itself. So entire steps I have very well mentioned. You can go to the mymanojmittalblogs.blogspot.com. You will get the details. So this is the graph connectors related. Similarly, I have the blog post with respect to the SQL graph. If need to connect with a SQL, how we can connect, what license is required, and all the steps. It's almost a similar steps with respect to the SQL also. What we need to do, only the things we are going to define here the query. So it's not like that entire database we can crawl it here. So we need to define our query, how the select query we are going to define into our stored procedure on the SQL, and we can do the joins with the multiple tables. Whatever the query we are using, that results is going to come out. So that results is going to get crawl into the system. Okay, so this is almost the same sections we can start using, and this we can use with Azure SQL as well as the on-premises. Both sections we can use, but has a certain limitations with regard to SQL Server. SQL Server, if you are using on-premises, it work on top of SQL Server 2008 onward. I have mentioned those limitations also. Yeah. So those are the some limitations, and the rich data type if we are using like which is having the JSON and XML. So that is also limited to that one. So in the last, we are on the time, and this is on the ServiceNow connectors is also available. So you guys can take a look and get the experience from there, how the ServiceNow results appear here. So like that's how the results is getting appear from the ServiceNow screen. Last one, the interactive like Power BI we used, the Power Apps, how the Power App sections will show the results. I will just scroll it down. So this is my Power App application where the app ID exists. We can use this Power App ID and how we can use these applications, the bookmark section. Okay, so I think that's all from my side. Yeah. So if anyone have questions, I will happy to take those sections.
Thanks, Manoj. Thank you very much on this session. Nice demo. Thank you. Thanks for who joined this session. And the next session is going to start after 15 minutes. We have a 15 minutes break. 3:15 we are going to start the next session. SPF's Outlook on adding with Azure Community Services, sentiment analytics. It's a really nice session. Please plan to join after 15 minutes. Take a relaxed time and come to join sharp. We're going to start 3:50 p.m. Okay, thank you everyone.